Vitamin Water Zero Sugar has great taste, zero BS, and obviously zero sugar. For those with zero room in their calendar, zero patience for slow walkers, those who get 0 hours of sleep on a Saturday night, have zero filter, zero given, and zero interest in grabbing a plain, boring water. Grab a delicious Vitamin Water Zero Sugar today.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Healthcare professionals can lead their careers with LinkedIn. Discover jobs by specialty, preferred shifts, and even desired salary. From mental health therapists to radiology technicians, it's now faster and easier for healthcare professionals to find the right fit. Learn more at linkedin.com/healthcare. Side effects may include faster job placement, improved work-life balance, and increased career satisfaction.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the JRPG Report. My name is Dalton Suter, and this episode is all about everything that I have been able to gather from the Tokyo Game Show 2025. So without further ado, let's get into the news that we're all here for, shall we? Frontier Hunter, Ezra Wheels of Fortune developer Ice Citruna has announced Parasite Mutant, a Parasite Eve-inspired science fiction horror RPG set in the distant future. It will launch for PlayStation 5 and PC via Steam in 2026. Parasite Mutant's a science fiction horror RPG set in the distant future. They already said that. I don't know why they always do that. Psionic Agent Nova was sent on a mission to an abandoned and secluded island city filled with horrifying creatures, not knowing that what happened on the island will completely change her fate. Parasite Mutant uses active time chains, which combines the popular active time battle system used in RPGs of the late 90s, and a 3-segment chain system. Players will need to time their actions on each segment and decide whether they want to save energy or do a chain release. As the gauge fills up, players will need to dodge enemy attacks and launch their attack at the best possible time. Parasite Mutant will be a survival horror game with a diverse array of horrifying mutants. In the game, players will solve various puzzles in search of answers that maybe uncover the horrifying secret of this universe. Parasite Mutant uses the classical equipment progression system. Players can attach various modules onto their equipment or enhance their equipment using plus points that can be obtained through combat. And there will be a new game plus mode and an outfit changing system. Keep your eyes peeled for more news on Parasite Mutant going forward. Publisher Indie.io and developer Positive Concept Games have announced that Shrine's Legacy will launch on October 7th via Steam. Shrine's Legacy is an SNES era-inspired 16-bit RPG playable in both single-player and co-op modes. You follow a pair of heroes, Raima and Ryo, as they try to unite the elements of magic and restore the Sword of Shrine in the magical world of Ardemia. The Dark Lord, Aklor, returns after a centuries-long banishment, and with his minions spreading across the land, Ryo, heir to the sword and a direct descendant of the hero who once banished the evil from the land, is ripped out of his idyllic existence as the evil army descends onto his village. Saved only by the timely intervention of Raima, a mage desperately seeking the sword, he and his new ally face a monumental task, uniting the 8 elements scattered across Ardemia for a chance to defeat the evil once again and save the world. No struggle comes without a cost. As Ryo and Raima travel across the lands, they will see loss, sorrow, and grief, as Aklor's army spreads across the world, bringing pain and misery everywhere they go. They will suffer their own losses and have to come to terms with them. Just how much are they willing to sacrifice to save the world from certain doom? Embracing its JRPG roots, Shrine's Legacy combines a complex, multi-layered story with real-time combat and rewarding exploration. Ryo focuses on melee, and well-timed attacks and movement are crucial to realizing, combine those two words, his full potential as he unlocks the magic of the Sword of the Shrine, while Raima relies on a wide range of spells to overcome obstacles in their way. Are you ready to face Aklor? Shrine's Legacy will launch on Steam October 7th, 2025. And this is just a quick aside over on the Square Enix YouTube channel if you are interested. Square Enix and developer ArtDink Corporation premiered 37 minutes of live gameplay from Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake's new Seabed content during the Tokyo Game Show 2025 stage event. So definitely go peep that if you are interested. As well, on the same YouTube channel, was premiered. 17 minutes of live gameplay footage from Dragon Quest VII Fragments of the Forgotten Past remake, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, during the Tokyo Game Show. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is due out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, Switch, and PC via Steam and Microsoft Store February 5th, 2026. And the HD 1 and 2 remakes are due out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, Switch, and PC via Steam and Microsoft Store October 30th. Mebius has announced Oni Zero Cross, a new RPG in the Oni series. It is due out in 2027 in Japan, but platforms were not announced. Oni Zero Cross will be the first new entry in the Oni Zero series in 26 years, following Oni Zero Fukatsu for PlayStation in March 2001. A sequel, Oni Zero Ruten, was planned for release later in 2001, but was canceled after developer Pandora Box ceased operation. This new RPG is led by Takiya Aijima, I believe is how you say that, who worked on previous games, and rather than the unreleased Oni Zero Ruten, Oni Zero Cross will be an entirely new title. Its protagonist is Fujimaru Rengoku from the 1995 released Sengoku Cyber Fujimaru Jigokuhen. The story follows the ninja Fujimaru and his companions as they set out to defeat the strongest demon, Jikudoji, across a sordid and treacherous human drama typical of Aijima. During the same Tokyo Game Show 2025 stage event where Oni Zero Cross was announced, Aijima also announced Psycho Fujoshi, a fully voiced adventure game starring a psychotic Fujoshi. Who would have guessed? Visuals, including a new logo, were not shown, though. Koei Tecmo and Gust, as of September 26th, 2025, have released Atelier Resloriana, the Red Alchemist, and the White Guardian for PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. Alongside the release, Koei Tecmo has shared the launch trailer for Atelier Resloriana, the Red Alchemist, and the White Guardian. In addition to the Standard Edition, Digital Deluxe and Ultimate Editions are also available on PS5, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. You can, let's see. The launch trailer was first published at Tokyo Game Show 2025. Any other pertinent information in this one? Nope, just a bunch of stuff that we have already covered before on the show. So that is out now if you are a fan of Atelier. I really look forward to hearing what you think about this new game. Keep me posted over there on the old X, will you? The Twitters. Keep me posted. Kepler Interactive and Sandfall Interactive have launched Claire Obscure Expedition 33 on GOG as a DRM free release following its PC debut on Steam and Xbox on PC. Claire Obscure 33's Claire Obscure Expedition 33's GOG launch arrives soon after its most recent major update that added a new battle retry option and more. And it is currently, as of time of recording, up until October 9th, 10% off over on GOG. So in a bit of industry news, Nintendo of America President and Chief Operating Officer Doug Bowser will retire on December 31st, 2025 after more than a decade in multiple leadership roles. I just wanted to give him a good send-off and say thank you for your time, sir. We appreciate all the games over the years, and while I don't always agree with Nintendo's business tactics, you guys do put out some good games. So I hope you enjoy retirement, my good sir. You will be succeeded by Devin Pritchard, who apparently is a 19-year industry veteran. So good vibes going out to Doug Bowser. Enjoy retirement, man. As revealed during the Xbox Tokyo Game Show 2025 showcase, Square Enix's Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven is now available on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox on PC with Play Anywhere, support following its Nintendo Switch 2's launch. Alongside Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven, which is available at a discounted price for the Xbox platform launch, a free demo with save data carrying over into the full release is also available. Capcom has announced that Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin and the HD remaster for Monster Hunter Stories will launch November 14th for Xbox One. Both Monster Hunter Stories RPGs have been available on PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Steam so far, with the original Monster Hunter Stories also on iOS, Android, and Nintendo 3DS. I haven't thought about 3DS in a while. With this new launch, they will be available on Xbox consoles for the first time. So if you have an Xbox console, be prepared, because we got some more Monster Hunter coming. The Monster Hunter Stories games. I believe they're more like Pokemon-esque style games, but with Pokemon Company doing what they've done recently, I'm very interested to see how games like that are going forward. Quick little news. I'm not going to get into all the details of this because it's not a JRPG, but it is Japan related. The new Forza game, Forza Horizon 6, will be in Japan. And that's going to be sweet. Those games are beautiful, and driving around in Japan is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. Publisher Nintendo and developers Intelligent Systems and Dina have announced that Fire Emblem Shadows, a free-to-start real-time tactics and treachery game for iOS and Android, is available now via the App Store and the Google Play in more than 70 countries, including the United States and Japan. Fire Emblem Shadow serves as a spin-off of the Fire Emblem series, introduces a new style of battles featuring role-playing and social deduction. The gameplay of Fire Emblem Shadows combines real-time strategy and social deduction. You just said that. One of the 3 allies participating in each battle is secretly a treacherous disciple of Shadow. Players must choose to take on the role of either a disciple of Light, aiming to find their way through the labyrinth, or a disciple of Shadow. After the initial battle, players vote to determine who they believe is the treacherous disciple of Shadow. The outcome of the vote affects whether the next battle is more favorable or more challenging, whether the disciples of Light can correctly discover the traitor, or disciple of Shadow can successfully deceive others, holds the key to how the next battle unfolds. This is literally Among Us, but in Fire Emblem. I'm so baffled by that. But it's available for your phones now, if that is something that you are interested in. Again, this is not quite a JRPG. In fact, it's not a JRPG at all, but I'm going to talk about it because it came out and I am very excited about it. And if you guys grew up in the same era as me, you may have a nostalgia for this series as well. Publisher Koei Tecmo and developer Omega Force have announced Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, and Switch and PC via Steam. It will launch March 19th, 2026. Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered is a striking modern revival of the Dynasty Warriors 3 and Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, which established the foundation the entire series would run on for decades to come. Dynasty Warriors 3 was the first in the game Dynasty Warriors series to feature mechanics that would become a mainstay for the series, such as true Musou attacks, 2-player simultaneous play, and officer development systems. It was also the first game in the series to sell more than 1 million copies. In addition, the complete cast of more than 40 officers and numerous battlefields originally featured in the game will be beautifully recreated using Unreal Engine 5. That worries me slightly because that's a very unstable system still. Offering peak action and tactical warfare in this thrilling revival. The Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends expansion, which is also included, it features additional stories for 7 officers, including Lu Bu, Ming Huo, and Yuan Shuo. I probably said that all wrong. As well as bodyguard customization, new weapons, and 4 types of challenge modes, providing even more gameplay to enjoy this newly remastered classic. In other news, Koei Tecmo has confirmed the full release date for Nioh 3 at the pre-TGS September 2025 State of Play. The game will now be available on February 6th, 2026. The new trailer also confirms that Nioh 3 will not be stuck in the Sengoku era. The game's storyline will have the protagonist travel through a variety of eras like the Edo period and the Heian period. They can even meet Queen Himiko, who reigned between the 2nd and 3rd centuries. The official Tokyo Game Show 2025 stream provided a bit more context on the main characters. The hosts heavily implied that the protagonist Takechiyo and villain Kunimatsu are based on the same historical figures, as Takechiyo is the childhood name of the 3rd Tokugawa shogun, Tokugawa Iemitsu, I think is how you pronounce that. And Kunimatsu is one of the childhood names of Tokugawa Tadanaga. In addition, Queen Himiko will make an anachronistic appearance in the Sengoku era. Interesting. So if you're a fan of Nioh, February 6th, 2026, you get Nioh 3. I really need to get into those games. I've heard they're really cool. Probably the biggest news to me coming out of this was open world action adventure game Crimson Desert will launch for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam March 19th, 2026, developer Pearl Abyss has announced. Crimson Desert is an open world action adventure game set in the stunning yet perilous continent of Pywel. After a devastating ambush by their sworn enemy, the Black Bears, leaves the Greymanes dead or scattered across the land, players follow Cliff, who embarks on a journey to rebuild the Greymanes and reclaim what has been lost. As he traverses across vast landscapes of Pywel, players will engage in intense battles, defeat formidable foes, collect valuable loot, and follow the story of the Greymanes' journey with next-generation visuals. Crimson Desert will launch with a Collector's Deluxe and Standard editions. The Collector's Edition will feature an impressive 17-inch exclusive diorama of Cliff and the Golden Star, a premium Greymane brooch pin, and deluxe woven fabric map. Yes! Cloth maps, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Designed to elevate any treasured collection. Pre-orders will be going live for all physical and digital editions in the coming days, available at most major retailers. All pre-orders come with the College Shield as a pre-order bonus. Additionally, fans who pre-order any PlayStation 5 edition will also receive the Grodavant plate set downloadable content as a PlayStation 5 exclusive bonus included in the pack, and that can give me a stroke or two, if you know what I mean. Console-based exclusives are stupid. I said it. Anything that's like PlayStation 5 only, Xbox only, that's just dumb. And it's just like, you're closing off a sector of people who would give you more money. That's just, I don't know, that's just stupid. Very, very stupid. Another one that I'm very excited about is Code Vein 2, and that will be launching for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam January 30th, 2026. Code Vein 2 features a deep narrative where players and characters are bound by blood, fate, and destiny, set in a future where the last remnants of humanity and revenants are struggling against a world on the verge of collapse. Following the sudden emergence of a threat known as the Lunar Rapacious, whoever, I don't know. Revenants have succumbed to the madness, transforming into terrifying creatures called horrors. A revenant hunter, guided by a mysterious girl named Lou, who possesses the power to travel into the past to rewrite the fate of the world. The player, as the revenant hunter, will intervene in key moments of history to alter key revenants' destinies that reveal hidden truths and information to save the future. Players will embark on a journey through the world that spans across 2 eras, where decisions carry weight in every battle, test skill, and resolve. Code Vein 2 features distinctive gameplay for an action RPG, where players use blood drained from enemies to unlock a variety of powerful skills, build strategy combat with blood codes, and use unique weapons and equipment called jails to overcome challenging foes and epic bosses. Players can also forge bonds with the powerful partner allies who fight alongside them and enhance their abilities. Each partner offers distinct skills and deep narrative connections that shape the journey. Bandai Namco will reveal many more details about the rich universe and gameplay in Code Vein 2 in the future. Square Enix has released the Tokyo Game Show trailer for Octopath Traveler 0, showcasing combat, story, and more for the upcoming Octopath Traveler spin-off entry. Octopath Traveler 0 was announced during the July Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Since then, Square Enix has shared details and numerous screenshots regarding the game's story and battle system, as well as its town building and antagonists. They also went hands-on over here at RPG Site with Octopath Traveler 2 at PAX East, so it has been available since then. Octopath Traveler 0 is set to release December 4th for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. Square Enix has also released at the Tokyo Game Show a trailer for The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, showcasing gameplay and story for the upcoming action RPG. The Adventures of Elliot was announced this past summer during the partner showcase, and they have also shared screenshots and information about the game's premise, characters, and gameplay, and the trailer can be found over on the YouTube channel for Square Enix. It is The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, set to release 2026 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC. Capcom has released a new trailer, information, and screenshots for Monster Hunter Stories 3, Twisted Reflection. This new tale unfolds in a world where an environmental phenomenon stokes tensions between the kingdoms of Avzuria and Vermeil. As rangers investigate the mysterious egg quartz that has appeared alongside the crystal encroachment, players will encounter various monsters such as the Chatacabra and the Raidao, while working to discover and protect endangered species of monsters and help restore the damaged ecosystems. This journey will allow players to freely explore the wide world of Monster Hunter by climbing and flying on the back of monsters. These riding actions also extend into combat, with special attacks to gain the upper hand when starting battles. Enjoy more ways to strategize than ever before, like building up to the Synchro Rush, where your full party joins force to deal massive damage. With deeper battles and bigger adventures, riding monsties is more thrilling than ever before. Monster Hunter 3 Twisted Reflection is due out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, and PC via Steam March 13th, 2020. At Capcom's Tokyo Game Show 2025 online special program, debuted a new story trailer for Onimusha: The Way of the Sword, revealing the supernatural events that set the Dark Fantasies adventure into motion. The sneak peek also introduces new characters who play key roles in the swordplay action game's narrative. After protagonist Miyamoto Musashi arrives in Kyoto, the samurai is ambushed by the demonic Genma. On the verge of death, Musashi is gifted an Oni gauntlet, granting him the power to stand against these monstrosities from the underworld. However, as a warrior who wishes to carve a path by his own hand, he seeks to sever his link with this mysterious and mystical artifact. During Musashi's journey, he encounters Izumo no Okuni and Ono no Takamura, the newfound friends who are also based on real figures from Japanese history. Guided by the voice of the mysterious Oni woman within his gauntlet, Musashi is led to Takamura, a venerable swordsman with a gauntlet of his own. He also crosses paths with Okuni, a famous performer known for her iconic kabuki dance, who has departed the stage in search of a way to defeat the Genma. The latest footage also contains flashes of gameplay where Musashi faces enemies in the streets of Kyoto, including Togamaru, a serpentine Genma with spikes running down its spine that whirls into the fray at great speed to eviscerate its unfortunate targets. Though Musashi is reluctant to embrace his Oni gauntlet, he must harness its power to slay such formidable foes. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, is due out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam in 2026. Publisher Sega and developer Ryugai Gotoku Studio will release Yakuza Kiwami and Kiwami 2 for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series on December 8th worldwide, following the release of the previously announced Switch 2 versions on November 13th. The companies have announced. The PC versions will also be updated with additional language support on December 9th. Those are remakes of Yakuza 1 and 2, if you were unfamiliar, so that is cool. And they have also announced that they will release the Yakuza 0 Director's Cut for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam on December 8th, which was originally just launched for Switch 2, which is Yakuza 0 with some more scenes put in and I think a new game mode as well. I was very, very excited about that. But the big Yakuza news, the Like a Dragon news, whatever you would like to call it, coming out of Tokyo Game Show, or at least this era. Publisher Sega and developer Ryugai Gotoku Studios have announced that Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, Switch 2, and PC via Steam. It will launch February 12th. 2026. A legend is reborn and a new legacy begins. Yakuza Kiwami 3 is an extreme remake of the action-adventure beat-em-up Yakuza 3, featuring ex-Yakuza Kazuma Kiryu and his fight to protect those that he loves. Dark Ties is a brand new game featuring Yoshitaka Mine from Yakuza 3, included as a separate action-packed experience. In Yakuza Kiwami 3, continue the story of Kazuma Kiryu as he fights to protect those he cares about most. The bustling streets of Okinawa and Tokyo come to life in this stunning detail, with reimagined combat taking brutal brawling action to the next level. Added scenes deliver more depth and emotion to the beloved story, with new and enhanced side experiences that immerse you in the world like never before, and more. And with Dark Ties, experience the brand new tale of Yoshitaka Mine from Yakuza 3 in an included separate game. Having once led a successful startup company, he plunged himself into the dark world of the Yakuza by choice after losing everything. Left with an empty heart, the pursuit to find true bonds drives him forward to once again in a dramatic journey colored by exhilarating boxing-based combat and a variety of engaging side experiences. That was a weird written sentence. Sorry if I said it weird. Two men will walk different paths that converge to shake the very foundations of fate. And it looks like that is coming out, like I said, February 12th, 2026. And in our last news story, I'm sure there will be some more stuff trickling out that I will get out in the next episode, but this is the last thing I have found for this weekend with the big news. Square Enix have released a 3-minute battle system introduction trailer for the strategy RPG remaster Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicle. The dramatic tale of ambition, betrayal, and honor will come to life within an updated and enriched script with fully voiced dialogue, alongside improved graphics that bring a new level of immersion and playability to the battlefield. Additionally, the enhanced version brings quality of life updates like new difficulties, a revamped UI, autosave, and more, and makes the game more accessible to newcomers. The game features strategic, turn-based combat and an elaborate character progression system that makes every battle exhilarating and filled with unexpected twists. Hailed as one of gaming's greatest stories, in this standalone game, players will step into the kingdom of Ivalice, a medieval world steeped in political conflict, in which players uncover the truth behind the young noble Ramza Beluv, pardon me if I said that wrong, whose role on the history stage has been buried from view. The new key art of Ramza and Delita, the two heroes of the story, is drawn by Akihiko Yoshida. The art depicts the complex relationship of the two individuals, where they stand together to protect one another, or at the start of a departure as they walk divergent paths. Legendary developers from the original game will make their return, including Kazutoyo Mahiro, Hiroshi Minagawa, and Yasumi Matsuno. The Ivalice Chronicles will include both enhanced and classic versions of the game. The enhanced versions feature modern upgrades and quality of life changes, including fully voiced characters, a ground-up graphical overhaul, and updated user interface that makes Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles the perfect entry point to the tactical RPG classic for new players. These articles really like to repeat themselves. My goodness. The classic version is the nostalgic recreation of the game, developed for players who want to experience the original Final Fantasy Final Fantasy Tactics from 1997. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles voice cast includes an all-star lineup of new and returning Final Fantasy cast members, including Joe Pitts, Greg Lowe, Hannah Melbourne, Timothy Watson, Harry McIntyre, Ben Starr, shout out Ben Starr, he's the man, and cameos by Cody Christian and Brianna White. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles is due out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC via Steam on September 30th. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this report. Hopefully a little more news will trickle out in the next coming weeks or two. But that's going to do it for Tokyo Game Show 2025. I'm sure there's a few other things that I missed, but they were in Japanese and haven't been translated yet. So we'll see. If you would like to check us out over on the Twitter, you can find us at JRPG Report. We're also over on Blue Sky, though I don't use that much, I'm not going to lie. And Facebook, everybody should get rid of their Facebook. I only use it these days to keep up with people and poo post, as they say. And if you would be so kind as to donate to the Patreon, it's patreon.com/the JRPG Report, and you can get your name read on each and every episode like these wonderful people: Jordan K, Kularian, Logan Joreid, and Be the Knight. And just to throw this out there, this show does take time out of my days to put together. So support goes a long way. If it dries up completely, the show probably would as well. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I am thinking of taking the JRPG Report Patreon, and merging it with the Steam Machine Podcast Patreon, and making it just one place, so you would get all of the benefits of the JRPG Report Patreon and the Steam Machine Patreon for your donation. But I'm hashing that out in the background. If that sounds like something that you would enjoy, if you want more for your money, just tweet me, let me know. But yeah, you get your name read on every episode of this and the Steam Machine. Jordan K, Kularian, Logan Joreid, Be the Knight. Very much appreciate you guys. Thank you for helping me keep the lights on. Also, check out the Steam Machine Podcast, a bi-weekly PC gaming show where me and my buddies play through some video games and talk about them. Our last episode was on Slay the Princess, which just came out. Really, really good visual novel style game. And we're starting Spooktober. So our first episode of Spooktober is going to be My Friendly Neighborhood, Resident Evil with Muppets. It's been a good time so far. I hope to see you all here again on the next report. And until then, do me a huge favor. Get back out there and level up.